Okay, here we have another PBC fighter. Ducks, Terence Crawford. Like, as we all know, this is not no shocker. We know how PBC fighters roll. This is their main MO. You know, over time, I try to keep balance on my channel at all times, and I recognize that the reputation that the PBC got is due to, you know, some of the videos that I make. I contribute to their reputation. So it's only right to try to show some balance with some people from the PBC who may happen to be under the PBC banner that are good fighters. So I try to show balance in that manner. I tried to show that balance with Caleb Plant. I show that balance with Tony Harrison and a few other people. But, you know, the narrative is, if it's a PBC fighter, they are ducking. You know, same thing that was said with Caleb Plant. Regardless of how skillful he may be, at the end of the day, people's final rebuttal was he's a PBC fighter, so he's automatically ducking if he doesn't want to fight Canelo and whatnot. Well, the other PBC fighter that's ducking Terence Crawford is not Errol Spence. It is none other than Manny Pacquiao. This is why I bring up the reputation of the PBC fighter, because I can't help but notice that Manny Pacquiao escapes the PBC dark cloud, but he is signed with the same promotional team as all other PBC fighters. Yet Manny Pacquiao is openly allowed to duck, and nobody speaks upon it or give it the same energy as if Errol Spence did it. Now, this is something that stands out to me. How is Errol Spence good enough to fight, but when it comes to Terence Crawford, it's considered preposterous, or Manny's considered too old or out of his prime to fight a Terence Crawford? But there's no quarrels with him fighting a Errol Spence. Number one, that lets you know who's the real threat in the division and who's really ducking who, okay? When it comes to who's the king between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, like I said before, you can tell by just the way people move and they shake. But Manny Pacquiao is a PBC fighter. The question of today is, will Manny Pacquiao receive the same criticism as we do and give a Errol Spence when it comes to ducking? Because at the end of the day, this is a duck, and he has done it repeatedly. And at the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao is a PBC fighter. This is what you have to understand. This is the true demonstration of unbiased boxing talk. When you can bend and blend and go both ways and put everybody on the same scale, you know what I'm saying, and judge them fairly all across the board, that's unbiased boxing talk. Until you have had this conversation, then you cannot qualify yourself to be amongst the elite. Because why haven't you had this conversation? Do people only have a keen eye for PBC fighters? Do people only have a keen eye for urban fighters? Do we not call a duck at the end of the day? But what you will come to see when it comes to other people's favorite fighters and stuff like that, the rules seem to change, okay? And when you survey the landscape, it seems to be PBC fighters are the only ones that you can call duckers. If you make a suggestion of anybody else remotely even getting close to ducking the opponent, you are met with opposition and you are met with hate. But at the end of the day, it's just my job to put it on your mind. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Vane, I'm out.